Yes. You only need to go to one, right? Right. It'll be the same kind of information. So go to the one that's most convenient for you. Yeah.
Okay, Cindy Beck's going to come up and talk to you about career technical education resources.
Good morning. Like Karen said, I'm Cindy Beck from the California Department of Education. It's my pleasure to be here with you today. Let me tell you that I do represent the Health Careers Education Program, or the Health Science and Medical Technology. So I am your resource at the department, as well as Karen, for those schools who are implementing health pathways or health academies or anything like that. So my job today is to tell you a little bit about resources, and I think you have all the information in your packet. But the first thing I'll show you is a page that you have that says Industry Sector Leads, Content, Curriculum, and Resources. And this is a back front page. And on the very front, the very first area, you will find what we call the Industry Sector Leads. These are the content people that are associated with each of the 15 industry sectors. Now, I know that each of you, whatever the name of your academy may be, fits into one of these industry sectors. And so the person that is shown here is your content person. If you have questions about a particular curriculum, or if you want to find out any information, please email them and they would be happy to assist you. Now, also at the front desk, I'm sure some of you did see this, there was a handout that looked like this, and it was on the registration desk. If you picked that up, it is exactly the same thing. These are the industry sector leads and the same information, with one tiny exception, and I want to call your attention to that. This paper has, under Education, Child Development, Family Services, Fashion and Interior Design, Hospitality, Tourism, and Recreation, it says vacant. We do not have a person at the department right now that is actually fulfilling that role, but on the resource list that you have, I did include the manager of that actual industry sector, so Bob Huvel would be your contact, and you do have that information on this particular form. The next one is called the Tech Prep Distribution Points Contacts. Now, these are kind of interesting because these are professional development contacts. They will be providing professional development within the region for any of the 11 critical components that are listed in the California State Plan for Career Technical Education. But if you have a question on anything, it's probably included in there. Work-based learning, curriculum, student organizations, anything like that. If you need some assistance and want someone to do professional development in that area, then you would contact one of these following people under the Tech Prep Distribution Contacts. They're not doing tech prep, they're doing pathways or programs of study, which are the same as tech prep. So anytime you need assistance within the region. Now, you're going to ask me, how do I know what region I'm in? If you visited the vendors, they had a booth, and you could have picked up this particular form that, again, repeats who the people are and what their goal is for next year. This has been a contract that they are developing programs of study this year for statewide models. Now, if you do not know in this little map at the very top what region you're in, because these regions, you know how the department is, we have regions for everything. We have the regions that are established by the department, and then every contract does their own region. So if you will go to statecenter.com, and that's the last one on the page, it's just statecenter.com, you will find this California map. You will click on where you think your region is, and you will be able to find the counties in whatever county you're in. The other thing is, if you don't know what region you are in and you call anybody on this list, they're going to be able to assist you. They will either say, yeah, that's great, I'm in your region, or you're in my region, or no, you belong to Carla Cherry, or no, you belong to Plumas, or whatever. So you will be able to find out that information. The next thing you have is the CTE resources. This is just a very quick and dirty resource that you can look at and find websites for a number of different things. One of the things that we are trying to do is provide you with as many resources to make your job easier. And so that is one of the things that you might be interested in. There's a lot of information there that you can access. A lot of it is free information. And please, you know, if you ever get bored, and I'm sure 11 o'clock at night or whatever, go on and take a look at some of these things. On the back side of the page, you will have the CTSOs, the Career Technical Student Organizations. And you will find contacts for those particular organizations. And if you have, how many of you have a student organization associated with your academy? Great. Next year I'll see 100% of the hands, I'm sure, because actually this is a wonderful way to teach the curriculum within your academy. Students, I know all of you are very successful, but this is a way that students really excel and are very proud, and they develop leadership skills. Health academies, I'm the HOSA advisor, so please feel free to contact me, but you have all the contact information here on this page. And also down at the bottom, there is a kind of a narrative of how, when you're developing your sequence of courses, what you need to take a look at. These are the requirements for developing your sequence of courses, and I think programmatically Karen and Jerry have gone over this with you. But this is just a reminder. It's a quick resource. You can take a look and make sure that that's what you're doing. One of the other resources that was given out at the front desk, if you had the opportunity to pick it up, was a resource that came from one of the other units, and this is the Workforce, what's it called? Career and Workforce Innovations Office, and it provides a list of people who are working with ROP programs and working with a number of initiatives that you might be interested in. So hopefully if you picked that up. If not, and you contact either myself or Karen, I will make sure that you do get a copy of that. Another thing that was listed at the front desk was the summary of the resources for SB 70. Did you hand that out, Karen? No, it was at the front desk. There are many copies left. Please pick this up. It does give you some very, very valuable information. So as you're leaving, pick this up. It tells you the projects that are funded by SB 70. It talks about places that you can find the resources, the websites. There's a lot of information that you can access through looking at those SB 70 projects, because each of them have an industry focus. They're doing a lot of activities. They may be able to provide you with numerous things. If you go to the vendor station, since Karen put me up here, I do have to get a plug in for health science. We have a brochure for the health science program, and it's at the vendor station. This is our brochure that we've just developed. It's not a brand new one. We've reprinted it. But anyway, it has resources on the back. We have a resource center that houses public services, and it houses health science. So you can go on there and get free resources, free curriculum, all kinds of things. So please access that. What we're trying to do with that also is, how many of you health science have received a news blast? We're sending out a monthly news blast, and what that news blast is intended to do is just kind of keep you in contact with some of the things that are going on to, again, provide you with as many tools as we can to help you in developing and implementing your programs. The last thing that I would like to put in a little plug for is that in health science, we too are funded by SB 70. And we have what is called the Health Science Capacity Building Grant. That is a $50,000 grant for academies that want to apply. It has been out about 2 months now on the CDE website. It's cde.ca.gov. $50,000 for implementing a program that is a 714 program. So for an academy, all the things that you're doing in the academy in your sequence of courses or programs are relevant, but you need to make your connections with your middle school and your post-secondary. Those of you who are already doing that, this is a very simple thing. It's a very short narrative. It does require some data, but you've already collected that from the academy, so it is a very simple process. It now is due March 15th.